Hello everybody, how are you? And I hope you're all having a good day. Welcome back to South Wales and my office here at the Cardiff Devils. Just to catch you up from, this is episode 3 of the Franchise Mode series, just to catch you up from what has been happening. If you look at the Cardiff Devils schedule, we had a good pre-season where we beat the Sheffield Steelers and the Guildford Flames, but we've not done so well in the Champions Hockey League. We've had 1 win, 2 losses and an overtime loss, so it's all to play for when we play the Lakers and Davos once again. But in this episode we're going to start the regular season, and my plan is to kind of speed things up a little bit and get to the Cardiff Devils against the Guildford Flames game here on the 23rd of December. Now I've been reading your comments again, and the suggestion was to scout Andrew Hoffam, so I'm doing that, and we'll wait to see the results on that one. He's a free agent at the moment, so we should be able to get him hopefully for not too much money, and we'll just sim some games. So Dylan Olsen is out for the Panthers, and Joey Haddad is close to being fully recovered, because if you remember at the last episode he was dehydrated, which isn't fantastic really as far as the Devils are concerned. He's been one of the leading point scorers for the Devils so far in this season. Joey Haddad's now fully back as we just continue to sim through the start of September. We're on Thursday, September the 6th, as we get towards the start of the season. So the 2018 EIHL season preview. The early EIHL player favourites appear to be Sheffield, led by winger Jordan Owens. General manager Adam Pilcher has built a squad that will be the team to beat this year, but they can expect challenges from Gary Moran's Nottingham Panthers and Cardiff, featuring Mike Hedden. The dark horses are Belfast. The scoring race is going to see Hedden challenged by Lingley, so basically they reckon we're going to have the 2 biggest scorers, and we're also going to have 2 of the biggest defence as well. So let's continue. I want to get up to that first game against the Panthers, and then what I'll do is I'll quick sim some games, and then I will Panthers losing to the Storm 4-1 on opening night, and then what I'll do is I'll go on holiday. Right, scouting reports. Kieran Brown of the Sheffield Steelers, he has a 2 ability, he has the potential for a 4 ability, but as we've discovered I'm not going to be able to offer him a contract, because the Elite League honours Elite League contracts. Now I had another conversation with the developers, and they said I could find a list of all the signable players, although I've been having a look and I haven't been able to find the list of signable players. So if anybody knows where that is, let me know in the comments down below. Go back to the inbox, there was another message. The Blaze have come to terms with Corey Lee, a 20-year-old left wing who will earn $33,500 a year for 1 year. So still we wait. The Panthers got their own back on the Storm, and the Steelers beat the Lightning by 8-3. And Andrew Hoffam, so he has 2.5 development, so he's not going to get any better than that. For some reason I still can't offer him why can't I offer him a contract? Maybe it's because he just left us, so we can't sign him back. That seems strange to me, but nevertheless, we apparently can't sign Andrew Hoffam. So 4 days to go until this game against the Panthers, as the Steelers beat the Flyers. I'll do the first game against the Panthers as a quick sim. I will then, in a sense, go on holiday. One of the Guildford players has got injured. I will go on holiday until the 2 games in the Champions Hockey League. Everybody's fit and happy, so I'll leave everything as it is. And I'll play those again, and then we'll see how... so hot players, a lot of players, and a lot of players are cold as well. Okay. So, it's a bit optimistic here. Evan Mosey might score his 50th goal tonight. He has 45. If they're hoping that Mosey is going to score 5 goals in 1 game, they might be a bit on the ambitious side, but let's sim the game and see. 4-1 victory for the Cardiff Devils. There we go. Who scored for us? Where are the Joey Martin with 1 goal and 1 assist, Gleason Fournier with 2 assists, Ben Bounds with 29 out of 30 saves. Let's go to the period 1 summary. So Josh Batch as well with the other goal for the Devils in the first period. And then we've got Sean Bentivoglio and Brett Pellini got 1 back for them, and then that's an empty net goal there for Matt Pope. So we beat the Panthers by 4 goals to 1 in our first game of the season. Great start for the Cardiff Devils, although Matt Pope is going to miss roughly 7 days, which is far from ideal. Let's have a look at the Devils' schedule. How long have I got to go on holiday for? We've got 4 regular season games, so if I come back on October the 1st, we'll see how we were from that. So autoplay until a specific date, October the 1st, 2018. Matt Pope is in. Oh yes, I need to change my assistant set up the organisation. There we go. Yes, so specific date will go to the 1st of October, and we'll let it just quick sim through. Stephen Dixon's now got himself injured. What I need to do, if I go home, there is a section where I can manage options. If I go lines and tactics, assistant, and that should then an exit autoplay when he's only out for 2 weeks, and then that should sort that out. So specific date again, let's go to the 1st of October. Oh, that said the 19th. It's alright, I can press escape and stop the sim manually. That's the 19th of September. What I'll do is I'll cut this here because it might take a while, and then come back when we're back. Okay, so it's now Tuesday, October the 2nd. I've had a board confidence update, and apparently this season has been disappointing so far. I would kind of disagree with that, really. To be honest, if we look at the Cardiff Devils schedule, it hasn't been brilliant, I'm not going to lie, but it could have been worse. So we beat the Panthers by 4 goals to 1 in the opening night. We then we shut out the Steelers away by 2 goals to 0. We then lost to the Panthers away by 4 goals to 2. Then we had a shootout loss against Glasgow by 5 goals to 4. So we're 2-1-1 from our first 4 games, which, you know, it could be a lot worse. I think to say that it's been a disappointing start to the season is perhaps a little bit harsh. I mean, if you look at the league table, I mean, we've played less games than Sheffield. I mean, Panthers have played double the amount of games that we've played if we go into the league. So we're in 5th, but we are top of the league on teams that have only played 4 games. And by the time that we've added, I mean, if we win the game in hand over Glasgow, we go there. If we win the 2 games in hand, we go above Manchester. You know, okay, yes, we can't catch Sheffield at the moment, but we're only 4 games into a 60-game season. So I think to say that the season is disappointing so far is quite harsh. And we are going to play the game against the Vaxjo Lakers. So let's play the game. Everyone is fit and happy. These are our lines for the moment. I'm not expecting to get anything out of this game, if I'm completely honest, because I mean, we've got a lot of cold players, but I mean, they beat us significantly last time around, so we'll sim the game this time, and we got shut out. It's a 4-0 loss, and that will do it for the Champions Hockey League, I'm afraid. We are not going to make it into the knockout stages after that shutout defeat. If we have a look, we're in 3rd with a game to go, but we can't catch. In fact, the top 2 have been decided, Limerick and the Lakers, and the Panthers also. Actually, they've still got 2 games, so they could still do it, but I highly doubt that they will. So that's the end of the Champions Hockey League for the Cardiff Devils, unfortunately. We did get 1 win. There is going to be 1 more game, I believe it is against Davos, so we can see if we can do the double on Davos. But we are not going to be progressing any further, which is good in a sense that it means we can just concentrate entirely on the league and do our best to, well, try and do this three-peat. That's the whole point of this franchise mode. So we've got the Manchester Storm today. There is only the one game in between the two games. In fact, we lost to the Manchester Storm as well. What is happening to this Cardiff Devils side? But I simmed that one quickly because there was only, I think it is only just the Manchester game in between, yeah, that and the game against Davos. So Cardiff now on a 4-game losing streak. Josh Batch is injured as well, so I'll get the assistant to create the lines. The Devils really do need to turn this one around, as the Steelers had a regulation loss, which helps, but the Panthers won again, and the Steelers had another regulation loss, so they're not getting away from us, so to speak. But how long ago? Where is this next game? So I don't want this to go on for too long. Oh, it's in 2 days. Okay, we'll just carry on. I'm conscious of making this video far too long. What I'll do is I'll play this Champions Hockey League game, and then we will sim through to Christmas, and we will come back and see at Christmas how we are doing. So if we just clear the lines and then get the computer to do the lines, I could go in and do it manually, but the computer will use a load of algorithms to work out who should be where. And the Devils lost by 3-2. Ben Bounds has lost a hot streak, so it's really not going well for Cardiff at the moment. We're on now a 5-game losing streak out of the Champions Hockey League. Does that mean we've finished bottom of the group as well? I have to have a look at that, because that really would be bad for the Devils. I'll never be welcomed back. Yes, we finished bottom of the group. I'll never be welcomed back in Cardiff again. Panthers are bottom of the group, and in fact will finish bottom of the group as well. So it's not all bad. So the two Elite Ice Hockey League teams finish bottom of their respective groups. So it's now all on the regular season. So I shall be back when we are at Christmas. And we are back. Merry Christmas, everybody. It's Tuesday, December the 25th. I can't believe I'm saying Merry Christmas in February, towards the end of February as well. But yes, Merry Christmas. It is Tuesday, December the 25th, and the Cardiff Devils are still not really where they want to be. We have a record of 17-11-2 for 36 points, which is third in the Erhardt Conference. If we go to the sorry, that was the Champions Hockey League, my mistake. If we go to the league table, you will see that the Cardiff Devils are in 4th place. They are effectively 5 games back from the Nottingham Panthers. They do have 2 games in hand, but it is quite tight towards the kind of midfield. We've got Cardiff, then Dundee, Coventry, all within, not too many points of each other. There's a 5-point gap between ourselves and Sheffield, so we really need to kick up a notch and try and get those points back if we want this three-peat. Let's have a look at the schedule, because that'll tell us how things have been going. It was a bit up and down. I was kind of having a bit of a look. So if we go back to, we left them against Davos, we then had a win against Dundee, a shootout loss and a loss, then 2 wins off the back, including shutting out the Glasgow Clan. We lost to Coventry, then shut out the Panthers. That was a big result. A couple of back-to-back losses again. Beat the Belfast Giants by 8-4. We then lost to the Panthers at home. And then we had a big winning streak here. So we beat Dundee and then Fife, Manchester, Milton Keynes, Fife again, Dundee again, and Guildford for a 7-game winning streak. Before then another back-to-back losses, an overtime win against Glasgow, and then a loss-win. So the best way to describe the Devils so far this season is a bit inconsistent, really, and that has led to our kind of, well, as far as the Devils are concerned, mediocre standing in the league. 4th place at the halfway point, 10 points behind the Nottingham Panthers, so something does have to change in the second half of the season, and we'll be covering that in the next episode. The last thing to do is look at the owner confidence, and my job security is practically assured. So that will do it for this episode. Let me know in the comments below if you can work out how to find a list of the signable players, as the developers told me that I could do it, but I can't find how to do it, and what changes you'd like to see made to the Devils to try and claw back those 10 points. We do have 2 games in hand, so it could in theory go down to just the 6 points, but we are 10 points behind at the moment. And if you want me to kind of manually alter the lines a lot every single game, the only downside with that is it is going to slow down the series somewhat, but let me know if you want me to do that as well. But that is going to do it for this episode. Be sure to check out the Nottingham Lions, Nottingham Forest Ladies and Odd Man Rush for more from me, but for now, goodbye.